and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay.
And I'm Alex.
And we both work for the Thaiger, believe it or not.
We do.
But you're watching, Good Morning Thailand, where today we're going to be talking about some of the news topics from across the country, starting with our first story today. A Thai man resorts to crime in hopes of being jailed to escape family drama. That's right. Who doesn't like a good family drama? Not this guy. In the central province of Chachoengsao, Thailand, a man named Anusha was arrested for theft at a recycling store after the owners caught him trying to resell stolen items from their shop. Upon being detained, Anusha expressed a wish to be jailed, citing his desire to escape from the hardships of life and family issues. He disclosed that his family, who taught him to be good yet engaged in wrongful acts themselves, rejected him, and he felt that going to prison would relieve them of his presence. Despite his troubled backstory and the possibility that his actions were a cry for help, Anusha faces significant legal consequences for his crimes, with potential imprisonment of 5 to 10 years and a substantial fine, illustrating a poignant instance of personal despair intersecting with the law. Alex, how far are you willing to go to get away from your family drama?
Well, I flew to the other side of the world, so this is relatable to me. That's
Sounds
for sure.
about right.
But no, it's pretty. It sucks when people just turn to desperation. You hear about this like with homeless people too in the States, something like that, where their decision to do crime is like a logical end
to get welfare.
Right, exactly. It's a pretty frustrating, especially Thai prison. I can't imagine that's a very warm and welcoming environment, but it shows how people, like, when emotions are involved, family are involved, we see crimes of passion all the time. This seems like desperation. Sad one. Well, anyways, on to our next story. So there is a new medical insurance scheme being introduced by the government for tourists coming to Thailand. A weird one. So, the Thai government has introduced an exceptional medical insurance and compensation initiative for tourists, offering up to 500,000 baht for medical expenses and up to 1 million baht in the case of death to ensure a worry-free travel experience. Announced by the Tourism Authority and Sports Minister, this collaborative effort with the Public Health Ministry is designed to reinforce Thailand's appeal as a top travel destination and boost tourist confidence. With a 50 million baht budget, the scheme, applicable for tourists visiting from January 1st to August 31st, covers accidental death, permanent disability or organ loss, and medical expenses, but excludes coverage for tourists involved in reckless or illegal activities. Eligibility extends to those with valid tourist visas who can apply through various channels, including tourism offices and major airports. This initiative, aimed at enhancing tourist safety and potentially increasing tourism revenue, fills the void left by the dissolved Foreign Tourist Assistance Funds and precedes the yet-to-be-implemented tourism fee intended for insurance and attraction development. They highlighted the impact expected on tourist security and tourism revenue, with Thailand aiming to host 35 million tourists this year, contributing to a projected 3.5 trillion baht in revenue.
There's nothing more sexy than foreign health insurance.
It is. Hey, it's important for a lot of people coming here and making it easy and accessible. Like, you just get it to the airport and you opt into this thing. It's a lot of people travel without insurance, and they should. But it's nice that there's a government option.
Yeah. They were planning to do this with the tourism tax. Initially, Thailand's been proposing a 300 baht tourism tax since last year, which never actually took place. They kept going back and forth every 3 months, and they were going to use that money to kind of create a health insurance for foreigners when they travel to Thailand. Well, tourists rather, not foreigners.
There's got to be a way to capture revenue from tourism in order to provide insurance for those very tourists. I think there's got to be a way to do that. So hopefully this will help.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, talking about helping, we need some help here around the country because high levels of PM 2.5 pollution prompts calls to use more public transportation. What? The Thai government under Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin is addressing the severe PM 2.5 pollution problem by urging the public to use public transportation, especially in heavily polluted areas, to help combat the nation's escalating air pollution crisis. Following a briefing on the PM 2.5 situation by the Pollution Control Department, measures have been directed, including the prohibition of open waste burning and discussions with neighboring countries to mitigate pollution sources. Additionally, there are plans and incentivize electric vehicle use and consider relocating Klong Toi port to improve air quality around Bangkok. With fares on the purple and red lines capped at 20 baht, efforts are underway to extend affordable public transport options. The urgency of these actions is underscored by reports of hazardous PM 2.5 levels in 44 provinces, prompting Bangkok's ranking as 9th worldwide for world's worst air pollution by IQ Air. 9th
Yeah,
in the world ranking.
real bad.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
What's number one?
It's got to
Maybe
be
like India.
India is what I was
They
thinking.
only have about 100 times more population than Thailand.
Sure, yeah. So this is an issue. I think it's so funny though. We've done a couple of these stories this week where they're like, okay, we gotta work from home. We gotta take more public transport. Anything except addressing the root causes of the pollution.
Yeah.
Which are not any of these things. So thanks government for your tips, but I mean something else has got to give before this stops being an issue. Well, anyways, I got a fun story for you next.
Okay.
You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
The one, the only, the living legend, Iron Mike Tyson, is set to break into Thailand's cannabis market with his new line of Tyson 2.0 products. So in an exclusive interview, boxing icon Mike Tyson discussed his venture into Thailand's burgeoning cannabis market with Tyson 2.0, blending his personal mission with business strategy. Reflecting on his own experiences with cannabis and combat sports, Thailand highlighted the serendipitous encounters that have shaped his journey, including past run-ins with Thai law enforcement. With Thailand's recent cannabis reforms, he sees a significant opportunity to shift societal attitudes towards the plant, emphasizing its therapeutic benefits, especially for athletes in combat sports. Tyson's initiative aims to marry the worlds of sports and cannabis by introducing high-quality, strain-specific products tailored to the Thai market in partnership with local Thai companies. Despite potential policy uncertainties, Tyson and his team remain focused on delivering quality and innovation, while also aiming to transform public perception of cannabis globally. Tyson's venture into Thailand represents not just a business expansion, but a step forward in his broader mission to advocate for the healing properties of cannabis and its role in fostering wellness and unity.
Unity!
Iron Mike in the house.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a big... the cannabis market in Thailand is something that everybody talks about all the time. Mike Tyson, one of the most visible advocates with his podcast. You ever watch it?
Yeah.
Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, yeah.
Absolutely.
He's barely intelligible in most of those because he's so medicated. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I haven't tried any of his products yet. Yeah. I'm curious to.
Well, look, Iron Mike he's gonna knock you out with his weed. But then again, do you want to be knocked out by weed?
Sure, he's got a line of strains that are specific to your desires for the moment. Yes.
All right.
Whatever your medical needs may be.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to our last story, which is going to be a little bit of a shocker. Now, we all know that Jesus was resurrected, right? Well, a Thai man has shocked people after a mysterious revival after his death. In Thailand, a 60-year-old man named Chan Chai experienced an astonishing revival after being declared dead for an hour, leading his family to witness bizarre behaviors that suggested supernatural involvement. The family sought help from a well-known spiritual medium to address Chan Chai's sudden refusal to eat, unexplained emotion outbursts, the ability to consume alcohol without intoxication. Mawpla's investigation revealed the presence of an earthbound spirit identified through a termite mound near the family's home. Despite initial challenges, a ritual was performed to communicate with and appease the spirit. Mawpla concluded that Chan Chai's body was temporarily inhabited by a spirit during his soul's absence and predicted Chan Chai would live only 4 more days. He advised the family to let Chan Chai fulfill his desires in the final days and performed a ritual to ensure his peaceful passing. This event underscores a strong belief in the supernatural within Thai culture and how it intersects with the experiences of grief and loss, providing the family with a form of closure amidst their extraordinary circumstances. He lives.
Yeah. I thought it was a funny story because we just had Ash Wednesday on Wednesday. So
Ash no more.
A resurrection story came up. What was I supposed to do? Ignore that?
What is he? A Thai Jesus now?
I don't know. I guess so. Something along those lines. But yeah, it would be pretty shocking after an hour of being declared.
I like the drinking alcohol without getting intoxicated.
Yeah, that's a.
I mean, 60 years old. You must have built up resistance, right?
Yeah, it takes some practice, I think, to get to
years
that level.
of it. Yeah,
doesn't quite happen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the news topics from across the country today. There are, of course, more stories on thethaiger.com